here we are with a little bit of UMVC3 arcade mode while we talk about Hunter x Hunter. Look, the reason I'm playing UMVC3 here is because this, if you don't know, this game was made by the same people that are making the Hunter x Hunter game. And obviously, this game is 13 years old, and it looks and sounds better than the Hunter x Hunter game that was just revealed. Now, here's the deal, right? I'm just going to get into the main point right here. If the Hunter x Hunter game is full priced, it is dead day one. There are two things that, and by the way, ignore the gameplay. I was never good at this game. I was born at a time where I literally could not get good at this game. I mean, I got this game when it came out, and I was 7 years old, alright? So there was just no way that I could get good at this game. And then obviously, nowadays, it's unplayable online unless you're on the PC version, which is why I'm playing arcade mode. But just ignore the gameplay. Anyways, Hunter x Hunter is a very important game, I feel, because it is a game that shows us that we can have fighting games that aren't high budget and everyone enjoys playing. Here's the problem, alright? And this is something that fighting game fans don't really talk about this because they're just used to it. But it always bothered me. For some reason, fighting games that are made with a small budget, they don't treat it like it's a low quality game. And what I mean by that is, a lot of games that are clearly not AAA cost $60 when it comes to fighting games. And that's something I just don't really understand. And I never understood it. It always bothered me. And I remember when dnfduel was coming out, and I was a little upset about the price, right? Because the game only had, what, like 16 characters or something, and that was it. No story mode, nothing at all. And I remember like complaining about it on Twitter, and then like, I'm not going to say who, but there was a pretty popular Arc System Works player who was kind of just like blindly defending the game. Because everything I was saying was true, but he was just really defending it. And that was always super weird to me, because this is a guy who, he's not like some toxic guy. He's like a pretty, you know, good dude. But to just blindly defend a $50 game that has 16 characters and that's it, no story mode, nothing. It was always a little strange to me why you would do that. But fighting game fans always do that. They don't really care about the price of a game, but I'm going to tell you right now, that is going to determine if this Hunter x Hunter game lives or dies. And if this Hunter x Hunter game lives, we're going to have a new generation of fighting games where we're going to get these really jank but fun, low quality fighting games. Hunter x Hunter is going to be the game that really proves that. Now, if the game is $60, it's over, right? Because here's the thing with dnfduel. dnfduel, even though it was $50, it wasn't even $60, it was $50. Still overpriced, but at least discounted. Even though it was $50, it was super high quality visual wise. Animation wise, it was insanely high quality. Hunter x Hunter is the same type of game as dnfduel, I would say, except take away all of that visual quality, take away all of it. Also add in the fact that we are now in a new gen of fighting games with Street Fighter 6, MK1, and Tekken 8. And for Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, they are the most high quality fighting games of all time, I would say. Literally, for sure, Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 literally made a new standard for fighting. Also, Project L, or 2KXO, whatever it's called, 2XKO? 2XKO? 2K? Whatever it's called, that's one of the best looking fighting games, and it's free. So, simply put, we have no room, we have no need for a low quality $60 fighting game. Hunter x Hunter needs to be $20 to $30 maximum. If that's the case, then it will probably do well, I would imagine. And because of that, it will open a gateway of, you know what? Maybe devs, instead of making these garbage arena fighters that no one plays, maybe they'll make super garbage jank 2D fighters out of their franchises. And you know what? Those are some of the most fun games you'll ever play. You're watching one right now. This is one of them. Super jank, broken game, but it's one of the greatest fighting games ever made. dnfduel was insanely fun, and it was also broken. All of their games are just broken, but they're super fun. The problem is that Hunter x Hunter looks worse than TVC, and TVC came out in 2008 on the Wii. And that's not my opinion. That's a genuine fact that TVC looks better than Hunter x Hunter. So, obviously, we have some problems here, but I believe you don't even have to fix the way the game looks. All you gotta do is launch the game at $20, and that is fair. It will show people that you can make these low-budget games and people will actually enjoy them as long as you charge properly for them. The problem is that fighting games have a history of being $60 to $50 no matter the quality of the game, even if it's an indie game. Well, that's not true. A lot of indie games are pretty cheap. But, you know, look at a game like Power Rangers, super garbage graphics, small roster, literally same exact situation as Hunter x Hunter. When the game came out, it was $20. So even though Power Rangers was horrible looking, tiny roster, zero content, it was $20. You can't complain about that. Literally, if Hunter x Hunter comes out and it is $60, then they are actively saying to you, we think that this game is on the same level as Street Fighter 6, which was also $60. That's what they're saying to you, and they're saying that they think that's a fair price. Obviously, there's a problem. This game being 60 means that if you had to choose between Street Fighter 6 and Hunter x Hunter, they truly believe that Hunter x Hunter would be on equal ground with Street Fighter 6. That's what it means that this game was full price. And you know what? Maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, the game would have stood a chance. But we have a new level of quality nowadays. So if the game is $20, I have a feeling it's going to start a new gen of us getting low budget fighting games that are super fun to play, instead of these horrible arena fighters. If the game is 60, I think it's debatable if they would even make their money back. And the game is $650,000. If you don't know, that's the budget, which is insanely low. So I don't even know if they would make that back if the game is 60. I genuinely don't think that many people would buy it. And if it is 60 and no one buys it, that will just probably be the end of low-budget fighting games. At least ones that are not indie. Because this game, it isn't indie, but it isn't AAA. It's like single A, you know? But, it is what it is. Oh, that's pretty much what I'm worried about. This game is clearly a $20 game in every aspect, and there's a history of these games not being $20. But nowadays, I just don't think that would fly because of the new level of quality that we just got within the past year. Past year. So, yeah. So, like, sub, and tell me how you feel about this game. Because, personally, I think this game is either make or break for low-budget fighting games. I think this will be the death or the beginning of new low-budget fighting games. And it really comes down to how greedy the devs are, because if they're offering a fair price, then we're good. But they have a history of not doing that. Not aiding in general, although aiding has done it, but just low-budget fighting games in general. But, you know, it was able to slide before because the gap between low-budget and AAA fighting games was never as large as it is right now. So, it won't slide anymore. Yeah. If the game's a fair price, we're looking at a nice little new generation of low-budget fighting games. But if it's not, I think it's going to be the end of these jank, low-quality fighting games. So, yeah. Let me know if you agree with that or nah. Peace.
A new character ending is available.